Welcome to CandleLight Audiobooks. The Secret Misses. Chapter 71. Don't worry, don't worry. Let me see what scene would be a good one. Guo paged excitedly through the script. Luna thought frantically, Director, choose scene 46. If you let me play this scene now, I guarantee I'll play it especially well. It was the scene where Eden was seduced by a girl whom he had rescued in the barracks. Hot-tempered Ella misunderstood and thought he had cheated on her, so gave him a good beating. It was as if Adam had read her mind, and he bent slightly to whisper in her ear, Dearest, are you very eager to play the scene where you beat me up? Luna abruptly moved away as if she had been electrocuted. Asshole, stay away from me. Because of this guy, the hatred directed at her was now so solid that nothing could remove it. She could already imagine the storm that Mia and Emma, but especially Mia, would unleash on her next. Her days were already hard enough, this was just making it worse. Luna was doomed to be disappointed. There was no way the director would arrange for the scene where she beat Adam up for his first day on set. After thinking for a while, the director said, Then, let's do scene 37. Luna already knew the script by heart. She only needed to think a little to remember what scene 37 was about, and her face immediately turned black. Even though it wasn't a bed scene, nor a kissing scene, it still wasn't any better. This was the scene where Ella teased Eden. The director called the two persons over and began to tell them about the scene. The Smith family served as generals for generations, and accumulated much illustrious military success. But their increasing merits caused the emperor to fear them, putting the general's family in danger. The current emperor is mediocre and muddle-headed, and prone to believing slander, which resulted in the death of Ella's father in battle. Luckily, Ella's elder brother, Arlo Smith, was able to take up the responsibility and take her father's position, allowing little Changa to still lead a carefree life. She who plays with chicks and dogs is a little devil in city. When the director talked about the little devil, Adam smiled, glanced at Luna, and mouthed, Very like you. Luna ignored him and continued to listen seriously to the director. The little devil, dressed as a man all day, did not seem like a girl at all until she saw Eden on the street when she was 16 years old. She fell in love at first sight, and from then on, began to pester him every day. Adam raised his hand and said, Director, isn't this the female version of a bully stealing away a pure flower? Luna. You are the real bully. Guo coughed lightly and said in praise, You understand very well, it's pretty much that meaning. So the key point I want to emphasize is that the characters which you're used to playing are stronger and more active, but this time it's completely the opposite, so you must take note of the change. Hearing this, Luna also got a bit worried. The characters this guy had played before were all overbearing CEOs, overbearing school seniors, or overbearing lords. Could he play Eden, who was a bookish and weak doctor? Adam looked serious as he nodded his head to show that he understood. I understand, Director, I'm the weak one who is being forced. Guo looked at them anxiously. In fact, compared with Adam, he was more worried about Luna. He was worried that she was too feminine to play Ella, who was a street bully and a rascal. I chose this scene because it will bring out the feelings between the two of you the most. Most of the time in the scene, one of you plays a cynic, and the other is gentle and patient. If you can act this scene out well, there won't be any large problems with the rest of your scenes. Alright, I'll stop here, let's see it in practice. Both of you, go get your makeup done and change into your costumes. Chapter 72. Luna was the first to come out after getting her makeup done. She was neatly dressed as a young swordsman in red and white, with a high, handsome ponytail and thick, black eyebrows. She showed a domineering, heroic spirit, and was exactly what 16-year-old Ella was supposed to be. Even those who had always been against Luna had to admit that her image was flawless. David had been worried that Luna, who was too beautiful an actress, would only be able to perform one particular type of role. Who knew she could be so flexible? Satisfied, he gave her a few words of praise, but advised her a little worriedly, Luna, later you have to let yourself go a little. Don't think about your appearance at all, do you understand? In this scene, the more of a ruffian you are, the better. Don't worry, director, I'm sure she can definitely do it. At that moment, Adam also came out from the dressing room in his costume. The moment he lifted the curtain aside, there were audible gasps around the set. Even Luna raised her eyebrows in surprise. After makeup, Adam's whole temperament had changed. He was in a long, blue robe with a bamboo print. His complexion was clear as jade and his features gentle and kind. It was as if he had emerged from an ancient painting. Pleased, Adam glanced at a stupefied Luna, and whispered, "How is it? Isn't this brother handsome enough to split the heavens?" It was a pity it was ruined when he opened his mouth. Luna maintained a modest expression, as if she was discussing the plot with Adam, and spit out 3 words, "Very weak bottom." "You." "Me what?" "I'm sorry to tell you that in this movie, you will be completely suppressed by me." "Really? Then how come I seem to remember a scene where I go on a counterattack? Furthermore, it's a bed scene." TSK. Not far away, Mia looked at the 2 people bending their heads together and whispering to each other from time to time, and was so envious that she was quickly losing all rationality. As soon as he had arrived, Adam had focused all his attention on Luna, and hadn't looked her way even once. She had had no opportunity to even greet him. Beside her, Emma was comforting her in a soft voice. "Mia, don't be angry anymore, things are already like this. After all, luck is also a part of one's strength in the entertainment industry. Luna is indeed lucky to be able to act with Adam. I'm guessing that after shooting this movie, she will enter the ranks of second-tier actors at least, maybe even the first tier is possible." "TCH, first tier? Stealing what is mine, do you think I will just let her be?" Mia's fair face became extremely twisted at that moment. "Mia, don't be too impulsive. The company is prepared to spend a lot of effort on nurturing Luna. If you quarrel with her, I'm afraid." "So what if I quarrel with her? Why should I be afraid of a vixen who only knows how to seduce men?" Hearing that the company was prepared to nurture Luna, Mia became even more enraged. After all, the type of roles she and Luna played were similar. If the company supported Luna, that would mean taking a lot of her resources away. Looking at Mia, who was already fully provoked, Emma secretly smiled. Using Mia as a knife, she didn't need to lift a finger at all, but just sit back and let them fight it out themselves. However, recently Luna seemed a bit too lucky. She had to be wary of her. "Where's little Chui? Is the prop ready?" David shouted. Here. "Director, is this okay?" The props manager brought over a length of hemp rope. "That's fine." David nodded, and then beckoned to Adam. "Adam, I'll have to inconvenience you for a while." "No problem, this is necessary for filming." Adam seemed very dedicated as he laid down on a large, carved bed and allowed the props manager to tie his hands and feet up. That's right, like the director said, this scene was very intense. Ella confessed her affection for Sun Huanqing, but was rejected, so she kidnapped him and brought him home. Chapter 73. The girls who were watching on set started going crazy again. "Ah! Adam bondage play. In my dreams I want to tie Adam up and throw him onto the bed." "What are you so excited about? You're not the one going up there later." "I'm so mad. So mad. Why does it have to be that hateful vixen? Seriously, it sucks. Can't Adam tell the director to switch her out? She doesn't deserve Adam at all." Ahem. David coughed to signal for everyone to be quiet, then he clapped his hands and shouted, "Okay, everyone get ready. 3, 2, 1, action." Luna was not the slightest bit affected by the talk around her. At the director's words, Luna's eyes suddenly changed. They were the eyes of a 16-year-old girl, clear and lively. The lazy, devil-may-care expression on her face was also perfect. She lifted the hem of what she was wearing, raised one foot, and kicked open the door to her room. The camera then cut to Adam. Seeing the young man with his hands and feet tied, lying on top of the red covers of the bed, the color making his face look paler and weaker, really made people want to ravish him. Hearing the kick at the door, Eden slowly opened his eyes. and looked dazedly at the girl approaching the bed, silhouetted against the light. Ella sat down beside the bed, and from her bosom, she plucked out a small bag made from oil paper. Sugar-fried chestnuts from the Fushing building. I had to queue for an hour to buy them. Want any? Eden turned his head away and closed his eyes, refusing to respond. Ella peeled a chestnut and tossed it into her mouth with a twinkling smile. Not eating? Then I'll feed it to you. And I'll do it in a way that might make you shy. You. Eden immediately opened eyes that were filled with 3 parts anger and 7 parts humiliation. How can you be so shameless as a girl? Ella slanted him a sideway glance and raised her eyebrow. Shame? What use is shame? Can shame slay your enemies, or get you a daughter-in-law? Eden's face was full of indignation. The Smith family has been loyal for generations. Your ancestors always fought on the front lines, but you spend your days being a good-for-nothing and a tyrant. How can you face your ancestors? Ella had already heard too much of this sort of talk from the people around her, and she stuck her fingers in her ears. Then she said loudly around the chestnut in her mouth, You're so old and you're still unmarried. Among the 3 ways to be unfilial, having no sons is the worst. Can you face your Eden ancestors? Eden was infuriated by her twisting his words back on him, and said sternly, This and that are 2 different things. Moreover, I have an ambition beyond this. Ella braced herself on the edge of the bed with one foot and lashed Eden over and over again with a whip she held in one hand. Finally, she lifted his chin in a gesture that was neither soft nor rough. The expression on her face was like that of a little, cunning, naughty fox. Dr. Eden, what about this? I'll be your wife. When I become your wife, then I'll listen to everything you say. If you want me to go east, I won't go west. If you want me to learn to be good, I'll also obediently listen to you. This way, won't we all be able to face our ancestors? Eden was stunned, and a flash of urgency slipped over his face. You, don't talk nonsense. Ella looked like she had discovered a new world. She drew closer to him until she was almost right up in his face. Dr. Eden, you're blushing. You actually like me, don't you? So why don't we do something that cannot be undone? Cut. Until the director yelled, cut, everyone had been full of anticipation. Why did they stop? Why don't they continue? We want to keep watching. We want to see what cannot be undone, done. Chapter 74. Both actors were well matched and delivered great performances, especially Luna, who was able to bring everyone into the story so completely that it swept away all their biases against her. At the beginning, nobody wanted Luna to lay her hands on their idol, but now that had changed to them avidly hoping she would hurry up and do it. Seeing her do it was as exciting as if they were the ones doing it themselves. Of course, once everyone regained their senses, they were still envious of Luna. They surrounded Adam to ask after his well-being and to praise his acting as amazing. Today, apart from Mia, the person who was probably the most gloomy was Ethan. Initially, he had the highest position with the crew, and was the most popular among the girls, but now with Adam's arrival, all the attention had been drawn away, instantly leaving him cold. Of course, the happiest person was the director. Today, the scenes between Luna and Adam all went smoothly. The 2 of them played off each other so well it was as if they had rehearsed the scenes 100 times before. But today for Luna could be summed up in 2 phrases, surge forth, life after calamity. As soon as work wrapped up, Adam was surrounded by people who wanted to treat him to dinner to welcome him. Luna was gathering her things when in her bag, her cell phone rang. On the screen, she saw Cleo. Cleo had forced her to save his number into her phone a few days ago. Why was this person calling? Suspicious, Luna quickly found a corner to answer the call in. Hello, second young master. Hello, Luna. 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 On the other end of the line, Cleo sounded weak, like his whole body had been hollowed out. Luna was a little speechless. What happened? What happened? I'm the one who wants to ask you what happened. What did you do to my brother last night? Cleo blew up as he interrogated her. Luna was confused. Huh? What are you talking about? What could I possibly do to him? If you didn't do anything, then why is he in such a bad temper today? We've been in a meeting since 8 o'clock this morning until now. It's already been 12 freaking hours. This is your company's issue. It shouldn't have anything to do with me, right? Maybe it's because he's been on leave for too long, so there are a lot more things he needs to deal with? Not possible. I've known my brother for so long. I can tell what he's thinking about with just one look, and this definitely has something to do with you. You are the one who did this to us. Right now he's about to torture every single person in the company to death. Cleo was sure it was Luna's fault. Luna really felt wrongfully accused, and said helplessly, I really didn't do anything. The only possible reason from last night was that she had picked Adam up from the airport and then had taken a shower at his place, where she had bumped into Lu Tingxiao. Was this really the reason? But didn't he act as usual after that? I don't care. It was definitely you. You did this, you have to fix him. Otherwise, when we die and become ghosts, we won't let you go. Just now, the head of our finance department already passed out from the torture. His spirit is definitely looking for you now. Luna. What the hell was going on? She simply got shot even when she was lying down. What was she supposed to do now? How could she save them? Was this some kind of joke on her? While Luna was busy worrying, she received a MMS. Cleo had sent her 2 images. One was of an unconscious man being taken away in an ambulance. The other one was of a meeting room. Everyone who was sitting around the table had terrified expressions, as if they were going to be beheaded. Big Demon King Lu was in the main seat, looking like Yama about to pass judgment on them. Luna could feel the ominous, icy air even through the photo. To get shot even when lying down, is to be unfairly accused or involved in something just by being present. Yama is king of hell. Chapter 75. Theo was playing The Last Judge over there. Why should she go and save them? Cleo's phone call was completely ridiculous. At first, Luna was going to wash her hands of the situation, but for some unknown reason, she felt a little guilty deep in her heart. Damn it. Why did she care? The moment she decided to leave it alone, Cleo again sent her a video. In the video, Theo's icy expression was like a knife piercing right through the screen and frightening Luna. She stared blankly for a bit before she realized that he in fact should be looking at Cleo. Cleo, you have half an hour to redo this proposal. Do it right here. If you can't get it done, go to the finance department and get your last paycheck. Then the screen went black. Luna. The second before the screen turned black, it was as if she could hear Cleo's last bloody cry for help. Even an outsider like her knew that redoing a proposal in half an hour was impossible. But she really didn't know how to save him. Luna's brain spun, and she flipped through Sun Tzu's 36 stratagems in her mind. Wait at leisure while the enemy exhausts himself? Cleo's ghost would kill her. Defeat the enemy by capturing their chief. Theo was the king himself. Besiege Wei to rescue Zhao. He had no weaknesses for her to attack. Then, the honey trap. No. In the end, Luna smacked herself over the head. Got it. Lure the tiger away from his cave. Luna took a deep breath, calmed her mind, and dialed Theo's number. Meanwhile, at Goldberg Corporation. In the meeting room, the projector which was connected to Theo's cell phone was screening internal company data. A group of senior staff was 12,000% focused on the presentation, as Theo was going to ask them questions later. The terror was too much like primary school, when the teacher was about to ask questions. At that moment, Theo's cell phone suddenly rang. Theo picked up the call without looking, and in the next second, a girl's sweet and soft voice came through the meeting room speakers. Hello, Theo, are you busy? Huh? The room froze, and all the senior staff were struck dumb, with utterly bewildered looks on their faces. What was happening? This was the boss' personal cell phone, right? A woman had actually called him, sounding so sweet and calling him by name. But what was even more shocking was yet to come. When Theo heard that voice, his entire aura changed subtly. Like a gentle breeze coming into the world to touch dead souls. Buried in the impossible task of completing the proposal, Cleo was moved to tears when he heard Luna's familiar voice. "Sister-in-law, you've come," sob sob sob. Theo paused in the middle of speaking, then unplugged the cable connecting his phone to the projector. Raising the phone to his ear, his expression still looked the same, and he spoke with the same cold tone. "What do you want?" On the other end of the line, Luna felt a little like retreating when she heard that scary voice. In the end, however, she managed to gather her courage, and did her best to use a softer and more pleading tone, as she asked hesitantly, "Will you be coming back tonight? We promised little treasure we would have a hot pot today." Theo's face was cold. "Not sure, I'm busy." Besiege way to rescue Zhao is to distract the enemy by attacking their weakness, i.e. its Achilles heel. Chapter 76. After Theo had unplugged the cable, Cleo couldn't hear what Luna was saying, and could only guess that she was asking Theo to go back. Hearing his father's cold answer, he screamed inside, "No." Why didn't even Luna getting personally involved work? Do the heavens really want me to die like this? Luna's voice became even gentler. "But I'm worried about taking little treasure out by myself. What if something happens? Little treasure definitely wants you to come too. Come back, okay? Okay?" Theo was silent for 3 seconds, before he opened his mouth. "All right, I'll be back soon." Cleo was stunned, and then suddenly felt the radiance of the sun shine down on him. He was in heaven. Sister-in-law is almighty. I knew she could do it. He had thought his brother was really unmoved, but it turned out he was only pretending to be annoyed. After ending the call, Theo said 2 words, "Meeting adjourned." Everyone looked at each other, not daring to believe they'd been let off just like that. Cleo was so proud of himself. "Everyone thank me, I'm the one who called our lifesaver, all of you were saved because of me." Shortly after the meeting ended, Cleo was surrounded. "Second young master, did we hear wrong just now? A woman actually called Boss Goldberg." "Who was it?" "With just a phone call, she got Boss Goldberg to leave in the middle of a meeting." "I know, right? Does Boss Goldberg actually have someone by his side? Which family's young miss is it?" "Second young master, tell us everything." Cleo stared at all of them warily. "What? Asking me who it is, what do you want? Want to hug her thigh now? No way. Only I can hug my future sister-in-law's thigh. You people don't even think about it. Everyone. Couldn't they hug even just one toe?" In the corner of the studio backlit, Luna ended the call feeling relieved. Finally, it was sorted. There shouldn't be any more problems after this, right? It clearly had nothing to do with her. It was really selfless of her to help. Just as she was about to leave, her phone rang. It was Cleo again. "Second young master, what is the matter now? Wasn't that enough?" No, Luna, your honey trap was just too perfect. It solved the problem beautifully." Luna's face turned black at his words. "What honey trap?" "That was luring the tiger from his cave. Have some common sense." "Whoops, I understand. That's it, I'm hanging up. I'll treat you to food the next time you're free." Luna was speechless as she looked at the disconnected phone. What did this person understand? "Luna, why are you hiding here? Let's go eat." She hadn't noticed Adam coming over. Looking around nervously, Luna relaxed after making sure no one had seen him come look for her. Wearily, she leaned on a big, red palace pillar behind her. "I have something on tonight, you guys go, I don't think I can make it." "What?" Adam's face changed after hearing this. "It's my welcome dinner, and I'm your film partner." "You're actually not coming?" Luna knitted her eyebrows together. I know, my fault, but I really have something very important on tonight. I'll treat you next time, alright?" "Not alright." Adam did not buy her explanation in the slightest, and looked intently at her. "What do you have on that's so important?" Who are you going to see tonight? Luna's voice turned a bit stern. Who I see is none of your business. After she spoke, Adam's face immediately turned ugly. You're going to see Theo, aren't you? Chapter 77. Adam's interrogative tone made Luna uncomfortable, and she knit her eyebrows together. So what if I am? So what if I'm not? Adam paced angrily in a circle, then glared at her. Luna, you really want to get yourself killed. You even dare to play games with Theo. Aren't you afraid you're playing with fire? I'm happy to play with fire, what's it to you? Annoyed at Adam's words, Luna's attitude also turned bad to match his. You. Adam almost got carried away by his anger, and in the end he punched the pillar behind her. Luna, I'm not trying to scare you, I'm giving you a friendly reminder, otherwise you won't even know how you died when the time comes. Don't you know who Theo is? You think he's the same as all those fobs you dated in the past? Luna rolled her eyes. Do you think I'm an idiot? Of course I know. Then why are you still? Still what? What's it to you if I'm sleeping with Theo? You. Adam slowly calmed down. Actually, deep down, he knew that Luna wasn't silly enough to do that, so he tried to curb his anger, and took a deep breath. Then tell me, what is going on? Luna also knew she was being childish, bickering with Adam. It was just that she had just been too provoked by seeing this person today, and she was so irritated that the smallest thing set her off. Luna also calmed down, and explained, I saved Little Treasure previously. Adam was a little shocked. You saved Little Treasure? What happened to Little Treasure? About half a month ago, Cleo took Little Treasure to a bar. In order to escape the noisy crowd, Little Treasure accidentally hid in the storeroom, and the staff locked him in without knowing he was there. Adam gaped slightly. Cleo took Little Treasure to a bar? That does sound like something that my unreliable second uncle would do. And then? What did that have to do with you? That time, I was preparing to go to the World audition, but Sophia locked me in the same storeroom to stop me from going. Luna briefly explained what happened after that. Adam patiently listened to the end. Okay, I understand now, you got to know Theo because you saved Little Treasure. Then what should have happened next is the Goldberg family giving you a huge compensation as thanks, and then game over, the two of you go your separate ways. Why are you still in touch with Theo? You even moved into his house. Luna had omitted the part about Theo wanting to repay her with his body. Because Little Treasure suffered a shock and I saved him, he's very reliant on me, so Theo asked me to stay at the Goldberg residence until Little Treasure's condition is stable again. I have to be prepared at any time to act like a sedative for Little Treasure, understand? Hearing this, the anger in Adam's expression finally started to fade, but he still felt a little uneasy. Are you sure that's all? So many women want to marry into the Goldberg family, and right now, you're in the position with the best chance to do so. Do you really have no designs on him? Luna lifted an eyebrow, and said half-jokingly, if we're talking about that, I do have designs on Little Treasure. He's just too cute, I want to kidnap him home to become my little sweetheart. Adam looked at her speechlessly, then touched his forehead. Anyway, it's best that you don't think about things you shouldn't be thinking about. Powerful families are not what you think they are. Luna laughed coldly. As if you know what I think about powerful families. She hated those people in the upper-class circles the most, who only pretended to be civil and wore fake masks. It hadn't been easy to leave the Ning family. Why would she jump into the fire pit again? Chapter 78. Adam felt relieved when he saw Luna's look of loathing. He understood Luna, and he knew that she hated being tied down the most. To Luna, the Goldberg family background was probably as scary as severe floods and fierce beasts. Okay, you've asked your questions, now it's my turn. Luna looked at him with her arms crossed. Adam shrugged his shoulders. What do you want to know? Doesn't Theo only have one younger brother, and no sisters? How are you his nephew? Luna asked. Adam lit a cigarette and slowly answered, I'm not related by blood to the Goldberg family, it's because my grandparents were family friends with them. They died in a car accident when my mother was still young, and the Goldberg family adopted my mother. So based on order of seniority, I have to call Theo uncle. I see. Luna said as she stared fixedly at him. I'm trying to quit smoking, don't tempt me. You've been alright with it all this time, why are you quitting? Adam knitted his eyebrows together. Do I need a reason to quit a bad habit? Who was it once told me, that smoke when you can smoke and drink when you can drink, and whoever wants to quit smoking and drinking is a dumbass. Adam stubbed out his cigarette as he made fun of Luna. I've told you whatever I can, is there anything else you want to ask? Of course, there is. Luna gritted her teeth as she glared at him. Tell me honestly, why did you take the Sun Huanqing role? It's only the second male lead, and not even the type of character you like. Implying that he was here to deliberately give her trouble. Adam answered with an innocent face, what's wrong with me playing the second male lead? Who says I can't? And what's wrong with me playing Sun Huanqing? I want to expand on my acting and challenge myself, is that not allowed? Isn't it boring always playing the same type of character? Didn't I do well in the shoot today? You tease me, I tease you, it was so much fun. Fun your head. At the very latest, she was going to cry tomorrow. That's it, no more chit-chat, I have to go, I promised little treasure we'd have hot pot today. Luna looked anxiously at the time on her phone. Adam looked unhappy. With my uncle, too? Of course, I don't dare take little treasure out alone, what if something happens? Hearing this, Adam got incredibly angry. So you know, right? Little treasure is the very life of the entire Goldberg family, and especially to the two elders, he's the apple of their eye. If anything happens to him, they might very well bury you alive. Why do you still want to hold this hot potato in your hand? Hearing this, Luna became unhappy. What nonsense are you spouting, what hot potato? My little treasure is the cutest. Adam laughed coldly. Seems to me your head's been turned by a certain someone's beauty. He just opens his mouth to ask you for something, you forget everything. Luna didn't have the patience to deal with him. Whatever, will you stop nagging? How can I dare say no to Big Demon King Goldberg's request? Would you? Look at how scared you are now, are you that scared of me becoming your auntie? Aun, Tai. Adam felt so much unbearable pain at the word auntie that he was struck speechless. Good boy. Luna patted his head like a puppy and skipped off after successfully gaining the upper hand. After grabbing her bag and explaining to the director and everyone else that she had plans for the night and couldn't join them, Luna took her leave. Looking at this girl leave in such a hurry, a thick layer of frost formed on Adam's face. Severe floods and fierce beasts is an idiom for things that are extremely dangerous or threatening. A hot potato in the hand is a difficult or troublesome problem. Chapter 79. After work wrapped up, Mia finally found an opportunity to make a move. The best thing was that Luna wasn't around, so she approached Adam with a shy expression. Brother Adam, where shall we go eat? How about we go to Rivers Hotel for seafood? My father is a member there, we can use the VIP room. Adam stretched dispiritedly, forget it, I'm not going, I'm too tired today. Hearing this, Mia was worried. But it's your first day on set, we should celebrate with a meal no matter what. Adam's face darkened slightly. Who makes the rule we must have the welcome meal on the first day? If you want to eat it so much, just go yourself. In fact, everyone knew that in private, Adam didn't really have a good temper. If he was in a good mood, then he would be very good-natured. If he was in a bad mood, then... This brat was obviously in a bad mood right now. Shocked by his outburst, Mia's eyes instantly turned red. I just thought it was the polite thing to do. Brother Adam, how can you say that? Who the fuck is your brother Adam? Adam was annoyed and about to explode. David next to him saw that the situation was starting to deteriorate and quickly intervened. Maybe some other day. Adam is really too tired today. I should have let him rest and familiarize himself with the environment on the first day. Who knew we would end up shooting so many scenes? Everybody go back early today and rest, We're not in a hurry to have the dinner party. All right. Given an out, Mia reluctantly nodded, and at the same time hated Luna even more in her heart. It was Luna's fault for occupying brother Adam all day and making him so tired that he didn't even want to eat. Mia bowed her head and secretly flipped through a few photos in her phone, before she smiled viciously. You just wait and see, Luna. I'll make you pay. Goldberg residence. I'm back, darling. Once Luna was home, all of the day's exhaustion was completely swept away. Hearing her voice, little treasure dang ran to meet her, a glass of cold fruit juice in one hand. Darling, you're too sweet. Love you. Luna took the glass and drained it in one go. Then she said happily, come here, Andy's going to get you changed into a cute outfit, we're going out to eat hot pot later. The little bun, who before would run to the attic upon hearing he would be going out, obediently allowed Luna to take him upstairs. In the bedroom, he then allowed her to dress him up in one outfit after another. This one's too plain, this one's too dull, this one's too unimaginative, my God. Who bought these clothes for you? What kind of taste is this? No need to ask, it was definitely your father. Did he forget you're only 5, not 35? While Luna mocked Theo, she continued rummaging around, and at the bottom of the cabinet, she finally found a satisfying outfit. Wow! This one is cute. It was a little white short-sleeved shirt with a hood that had 2 long bunny ears coming out of it, with a matching pair of dungarees that had a big pocket in the front like Doraemon. Looking at this style, it was definitely your second uncle who bought you this one. At least he's somewhat reliable in this, little kids should wear cute and bright clothes. Satisfied, Luna nodded, then asked, how is it, darling? Do you like this one? If not, Auntie can look for another one for you. Luna didn't forget to ask Little Treasure for his opinion even though Little Treasure always agreed with her. Sure enough, Little Bun nodded without hesitation. So Luna happily helped Little Bun put on his clothes. Chapter 80. After helping Little Bun change his clothes, Luna also went into her room to get changed. Very coincidentally, she had an outfit that was very similar to Little Treasure's. She immediately dug it out to wear, pairing her shirt with a pair of denim overalls. When she came out after changing, Little Bun's eyes lit up as soon as he saw her. He looked at her, then looked at himself. His face was full of joy and satisfaction, even reaching out to touch the rabbit ears on her hood. He was clearly very happy to be wearing the same clothes as Auntie Luna. When both of them were ready, the sound of a car's engine could be heard at the entrance. Theo was back. The temperature outside was as high as 30 degrees, but it was as if Theo had returned from a land of glaciers and snow as he strode into the living room on long, slender legs and with a haughty demeanor. When his eyes fell on Luna and Little Treasure on the sofa in similar clothes, as if they were wearing mother and son matching outfits, his whole body was like a glacier thawing, starting with his cold eyes. Little Treasure's outfit was naturally very cute. As for Luna, the cute rabbit ears and overalls made her look even younger. Sitting side by side, she and Little Treasure looked more like siblings. Seeing that Theo had returned, Luna immediately pulled Little Treasure up off the sofa. We're both ready, can we go? Theo nodded, his eyes on the girl for several seconds before he looked away. Let's go. In the car, Luna asked excitedly, hey, Theo, don't you think Little Treasure's outfit is cute? I had to look for a long time before I found it. Cute. Theo replied, but he was looking at the girl in the rearview mirror. Luna was content. Told you so. From now on, you should buy more cute outfits for Little Treasure. Theo replied, then took a black card out and handed it to her. What's this? Luna blinked, unable to comprehend that she was looking at the legendary infinite black credit card, which she had only ever seen online. Theo, buy. Luna, This wasn't what she meant, okay? Without saying anything, you just crush me with money? Whatever, since I already have it, I'm going to buy some more better-looking clothes for Little Treasure later. At their destination. Theo got out of the car first, then like a gentleman, opened the car door for them. He looked at Luna and asked, "Are you fine with it?" After spending enough time with him, Luna had gradually gotten used to Theo's brief manner of speaking, and knew he was asking her if she had any problems appearing in public. Luna scratched her head. "Should be fine. Not many people recognize me now, and anyway, I'm also dressed like this." Saying that, she took out a pair of amber round glasses without any lenses in it. "It should be okay with this." "Fine." Theo nodded. The three of them walked to the hot pot restaurant. Luna had guessed right, truly, no one recognized her. However, she had forgotten about Little Bun and Theo. The father and son pair were simply too eye-catching, especially when they were together. They attracted everyone's attention. In fact, Luna was also very eye-catching today, because she was wearing matching parent and child clothes with Little Bun. Ah! Look at that father and son, too good-looking. The adult is handsome and the kid adorable. The sister beside them is also very beautiful. The whole family is good-looking. Is Dad taking the siblings out? Where's Mum? On hearing this, Theo's face darkened visibly. Luckily just then, the man next to the woman said, "What, Dad and his kids? It's a family of 3, okay? That girl is obviously the man's wife and the little boy's mother." "No way. That girl looks very young." "What do you know, it's a married couple with an older man and a younger woman. The way that man looks at the girl is different, all right? Obviously it's the expression of a man looking at his wife."